Hello, my name is Juan. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to create a time picker. Creating a time picker in Microsoft Excel is not a straightforward process, so please bear with me, and by the time you finish this tutorial you will be able to understand exactly how to apply a time picker onto your Microsoft Excel project. The final product looks like this. So you select the time, the hour, the minutes, the seconds, you copy your selection, you select the cell, and then you select paste. Now if you want to apply the same time to multiple cells, because maybe you have the same meeting reoccurring weekly, you can actually hold down the control key on the keyboard, and by selecting multiple cells you can click on the paste, and then you can actually paste exactly the same time on multiple cells. You want to change the time, you change the time here, you select copy, you select your cell, and then you can paste, or if you want to paste this into multiple sections, you can apply the same time to multiple sections. Okay, let's get started. Okay, let's unhide some of the cells that have hidden. Yeah, unhide them. Come on. And some columns as well here. Similar, let's delete all that so we can get started again. So I can show you how to apply them. Now, to start with, you need to create the labels, so hours, minutes, and seconds. Then below that you need to create 3 combo boxes and 2 buttons. To create a combo box you need the Developers tab. If you cannot see the Developers tab, you need to go to File, Options, Custom Ribbon, and make sure the Developers tab is selected. Click OK. From the Developers tab you need to select the Insert button and then select the combo box option. By clicking and dragging you can apply 3 combo boxes. So right click copy, right click paste, you apply 3 combo boxes next to each other. Once you have applied the 3 combo boxes, as I've got them here, then you need to go to Insert, Shapes, and you need to actually create a blue button called C for copy, or you can actually type the word copy and right click copy, right click paste, and then we can actually change that to, let's go to format, change that to green. We're just going to change the name to paste. Once you've done this, let's cut that. You don't have to cut them, I've just cutting them because that's the only way to delete them, because I already have them here. Alright, then below that, you on the next cell create 4 more labels: hours, minutes, seconds, and time. Once we've done that, you can actually play again the video. You can pause the video until your layout looks like this. So cell, the first row, second and third row look like this. Then move to the right and just create a similar layout to what I have here. I've merged cells here, so if you're not sure how to merge cells, okay, I've got here 3 cells, 4 columns. If I highlight them all, I click all the merged cells to merge them. Okay. Now these numbers are not necessary, so you can leave them blank. So once your layout looks similar to this, you can move on. Now the hours, for the ID we need to have number 1, and we need to scroll right down by holding on the control key down on my keyboard. I'm going down to number 24. Now For the hours, I'm going to start with 1 o'clock and then move on to up to 24. But 24, I want number 24 to be 00. If you type 00 and it goes to like here, if I put 00, it goes to number 0. This is because the formatting of your cells needs changing. If I right click, if I highlight the cells, right click, format cells, make sure you select text and click OK. Now when you do this, you will see a little green triangle on the top left corner. You highlight the cells, select this little option and select ignore arrow, because it's not an arrow, we did this purposely. We are going now to do the same thing for the minutes and the seconds. We need an ID 1, and then by clicking and dragging and holding Control key down, we're going to move on down to number 60, because we have 60 seconds, 60 seconds in a minute, and 60 minutes in an hour. Now, by following the same process as we follow here on the hours, we are going to type 1, scroll down to number 60, and on the number 60 we're just going to put 00. Okay, again if we highlight all these cells and we select the drop down list here of the little message that we have, we can ignore the arrow. Now what we need to do is, instead of actually having 1, we're going to put 01, 02, 03, 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, and 09. And we're going to basically do exactly the same thing. Okay, let's ignore the arrow here. We're going to do the same thing here on this side, so I'm just going to copy these cells and just paste them because I'm lazy, I don't want to keep repeating myself. Then I'm going to highlight them and then again ignore the arrow. So and press escape to deselect. So your table should look similar to mine now. So ID 101, ID 60 00, ID 1 for the hours is 01, ID number 24 is 00. Okay, so far so good. Now what we will need to do, we will need to activate our combo boxes. How do we do that? We need to right click on the first combo box, select format control, and then for the input range, let's delete this. For the input range, I need to select all the hours here, and the cell link will be that one here. Click OK. Now if I deselect the combo box and try to select the combo box again, if I click 1, automatically number 1 cell is selected. If I click number 7, ID number 7 is selected. So ID number 11 is 11, ID number 9 is 09, because I'm looking for the label. So ID number 9 is 09. This is why we have 09 here. Let's follow the same process for the minutes and for the seconds. So right click on the minutes, combo box, format cells. Let's delete what exists here already. So on the input range, I'm just going to highlight from 01 to 00, and the cell link is down here, it says minutes. Click OK, and I'm going to follow the same process for the format control for the seconds. So the cell range is that one here, up to 00, and my cell link is the actual seconds here. Okay, so when I actually select now 2, ID number 2, ID number 2 is 02. If I select here 4, ID number 4 is 04. Okay, so this works now. Now we're gonna move on to the copy and paste at the end. So let's move on to the second section here, which is the VLookup. So the VLookup will allow us to look up for specific values, a set of specific values, and then display the column that we wish to display. For example, let's go to the formula window, and I'm going to show you on the code window as well. Now, the cell that we're looking at in this case is this cell here, G7. Then the table array, the table that we're looking at, where the data is coming, is here, this table. So we highlight the table. And what we would like to display is the second column. We display in the second column. So basically we're looking for the ID, for the particular ID, and we display the particular column. So click OK. This is why when I click 15, I display number 15, because 15, the ID number 15 for the data on the second column is 15. If I go to number 2, ID number 2, the actual label here on the second column is 02. This is why I've got here 02. Now, it will be the ideal world that will allow us for Microsoft to actually put here 02 without actually having to have a VLookup, but we cannot do that. We have to actually bypass this issue. So we need to have an ID and we need to have a label in order to actually create a combo box. So in this case, we have to create a VLookup to bypass this issue. By following the same process, I need to create another VLookup here, and this VLookup, in this case, it looks for the minutes. The table array, the information is stored here on these cells here, and again I would like to display the second column, the information on the second column, and that's why I've put number 2 here. Press the enter key. Now, once you've done this VLookup here, you can actually copy this VLookup, right click copy, press the enter key on the keyboard, then go to the seconds and paste it. And the only thing you need to change, because the table and the column is exactly the same as the minutes, the only thing we need to change is the L7 to M7 to the seconds. Press the enter key on the keyboard. Okay, so far so good. Now, here on the time, if you notice here below the minutes and the seconds, I have put a little column here. That one is not necessary. I will show you how to do it in a different way as well. So the reason why I put columns here is because here I'm using concatenation, and my concatenation means that you merge in multiple cells together. So I'm saying A5 is blank, so I can actually remove A5, no needed. So I will say I want to display A4, then after A4 I want to display B5, basically a column. After B5 I want to display B4, which is the minutes. After that I would like to display C5, which is basically again another column, and then I would like to display C4, which is the seconds. Press the enter key. And so this is why I've got here the hours column, the minutes column, and then the seconds. Now, like I said before, we can do this differently. If I remove these columns, what I can do, you see here it's removed, what I can do, instead of actually having B5 here, I can put speech marks, and within the speech marks I can put a column, and instead of C5 I can put speech marks, and within the speech marks the column again. Press enter, and I will still have the same outcome. So this is the two different ways to do it. Anyway, now I've done this, what I need to do, okay, I figure out the time. So the users have selected the minutes, the hours, the minutes, and the seconds. But how do I apply this here, or there, or everywhere? What I will need to do, I will need to create a macro. So if I right click here and select assign a macro, and select edit, you will be able to see my two macros here. The lines on the green are not necessary, it's only little notes for you that I've put together, so you don't have to type them. You can actually delete them if you wish. Yes? So these are not going to be executed by the program. Right, so the first one is we're creating a new macro and we call it sub space paste time. Now you can call it whatever you want. This variable could change. You can call it blue monkeys if you wish. So paste time, then open and close brackets, then you type active sheet dot paste, and then you select, you create type selection dot paste special paste colon equals Excel paste values comma operation colon equals XL none comma skip blanks space underscore colon and enter colon equals false comma transpose colon equals false, and then end sub. So this is your first macro, the macro called paste time. So this macro need to be assigned on the paste button. On the copy button we need to create another macro, so sub copy my time. Again, you can name this variable to whatever you wish. Then you set the range to D4. Bear in mind, D4, let's close this, D4, you see here, is where my time is stored. Yes, D4. Now, if your time is stored in a different cell, you need to specify the different cell. So let's go back to the developers and then Visual Basics. Okay, now range open brackets in speech marks D4 dot select. So we're making a selection of the cell. Then copy the cell. That's what we say. Copy the cell. Then once we copy the cell, we're selecting the cell next to it, which is a blank cell. So this again is not important. You could actually put it, select a different cell, but make sure this cell is not important cell and is hidden. The reason why we're doing this is because if we do not specify, once we actually copy the cell, if we don't specify a different cell to be selected, like in this case I've got this cell to be selected, when you actually copy the cell and you try to paste it, if you have not made a selection and you press paste, you might actually lose your formula. This is the reason why, let's go back, we have this line here, just for full proof. Now, hopefully you have copied this code here. Once you have copied this code, go to the Developers tab, go to Visual Basic, and basically paste the code here. Okay, if I'm going too fast, again pause the video and just copy the code. Let's move on. Let's close this now. Now I have created my macros. I need to right click on my copy button, assign a macro. Here I will be able to see the name of the macro. So I want to copy, and this is why it is important for us to give clear names. So copy my time, click OK, right click on the paste button, assign macro, paste my time, click OK. And now what will happen is this: I select my hours, I select my minutes, and I select my seconds. I then select copy, I select the location, and then select paste. I select the different location, select paste. I select multiple locations, select paste. By holding the control key I can skip different cells, select them, and select paste. If I change the time, I need to select copy. Again, can you see the mouse cursor, the cell selected now is different, so I can actually click paste. Now if I click paste, this means I forgot to make a selection, so this is why we selected the cell here as a default once we copy the data. Because if we didn't do this, if we press paste, it will paste the information here. This means that the formula that we had here will all go. Okay, so hopefully you learn how to create now not only a time picker in Microsoft Excel, also you learn how to format cells. You also learn how to create macros, combo boxes, VLookups, and concatenation. If you have any issues with your program, please don't hesitate to contact me. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.